Hello, everybody. This is Keith, aka Uhfgood, and today we are going to go into the Blender windowing system, and I'm going to try to look online uh, and to find the equivalents in Blender 2.8 um, to what's actually in here in the book here. So I just realized I needed to shave. How about that? Looks like dirt on my face. Okay. So, and actually the newest version of Blender will look slightly different. You saw it in a. I think I'd shown you for a quick sec that these are like colored and all that good stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with this. It's all right. There won't be too much difference between this and the actual release. But the reason I'm sticking with this is because it has Armory in it, and I was going to use Armory. I'll probably still use Armory, but we'll have to wait to 0.7 before I can before I'm going to update again. Probably since I'm not using Armory, I could probably just go ahead and download the latest version. But they're like so close to releasing that I don't think I'll bother. Maybe I will do it if 0.7 isn't out for very long. I'll go ahead and just. Whoa. Coffee. I'll go ahead and actually download the current version of Blender, the most current when it actually gets released, which is like a couple of months, so it's not going to take very long. But in the meantime, we are going to go through this. Now, the one thing that, you know what? I forgot, of course. Stupid timer. I'm not going to worry about the timer just this time because I am looking at the clock, and I'm just going to glance at the clock, and we'll see. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this thing out. Figure it out. What did I do with... I stuffed in here. Okay. So, where were we? Okay, so we were here. The Blender user interface may appear daunting at first. Don't despair. Recognizing windows and their headers, different types of windows, how to activate and resize. You'll also practice launching and leaving Blender. An interface divided. Blender's user interface is divided into rectangular areas called windows, sometimes called areas. The overall arrangement of windows is called a workspace. And in 2.8, you have multiple workspaces, which I kind of showed before, but modeling, sculpting. So they have these tabs, and you can actually add. You can actually see the plus sign here. You can actually add tabs to the thing to mess the workspace as much as you want. Basically, these are just pre-created workspaces, pre-created tabs, and then you can, of course, resize. Like I can resize this, and like that, if I want to. You can do that if I want to. And anyways, I'm not trying to show you how to do this, but they call it workspace. Now we have multiple workspaces, which is cool. If you haven't already launched Blender, go ahead and do so. You should see something that resembles the following, which we do, but it doesn't resemble it that much. Blender had some major changes to the user interface since version 2.4x, and even more now. Some of these changes include moving buttons and changing the spacebar key from the add menu to the search menu, and actually they don't do that anymore. The spacebar doesn't, I don't think it brings up the search menu anymore. I'm not 100% positive though. But good news is if if the interface is too weird for you, you can always go and mess with the hotkeys and stuff, and you can set it up back the way it was. So you can pretty much set it up to your liking, and it will just be kind of the same as it always was. Um, so let's see what space does. Space, it looks like plays the timeline back, apparently. Which is interesting. File, new, general. Put everything on 1. Scripting, I think it's back the way it was too. Okay, so now let's go. Wait, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Okay, so Shift A is now the add menu hotkey, which it still is today. This is important to know when trying to follow the tutorials. Other changes include the addition of the toolbar and window splitting widget. The shelf widget, indicated by a plus sign, opens hidden tool shelves. The object tool shelf can be toggled on and off by pressing T. The properties tool shelf can be toggled on and off by pressing N. Split window widget allows you to split and join windows. Blender's 2.69 is shown below. Okay, so before we do that, let's see what T does in here, if anything. T? Okay, so T hides the actual tools. These are in like object mode. So you got object mode, you got edit. In fact, that's what the modeling deal is actually edit mode. You have sculpt mode, which is sculpting up there. You have vertex paint, and it's like we got UV editing, texture paint, shading, all kinds of stuff here. Weight paint, texture paint. Let's go back to object mode, and we also got, okay, that's actually the animation dealy, rendering, compositing, scripting. So I wonder what the deal is as far as the grease pencil goes, because grease pencil, let me check my time here. Grease pencil, like you want new 2D animation, what comes up? See, it's got like its own new thing here. So if you wanted to add, now supposedly everything is still there. Draw mode, object mode, edit mode. Okay, let's do a new general. Let's see what we've got here. Do we have draw mode in here? No. See, I kind of wonder, like, could you get into 2D animation? Could you get into grease pencil by being in this mode? Maybe you can't, because maybe grease pencil, when you start a new deal, what happens is it sets up a few things. For instance, it gets rid of this. It sets everything to orthographic. You know, the camera top down, a white background, and then allows you to draw. So let's see something here. Oh, there we go. Can we draw? We can't draw on that mode though, can we? Edit? Can you? See, that's interesting. I wouldn't know how to get into drawing. I should look that up. Maybe I can put it in a video. I mean, I'm not trying to teach you anything per se, but I am trying to go through this and then take you through it. So, alrighty. So, okay. So T and N. So object shelf, object tool shelf, and yeah, that's actually what that is. The object tool shelf, and then properties tool shelf. See, N pulls that out, transform and all that. It used to have that on the left side, and I don't know. Different things here, but N does that, T does that, and you can actually drag this thing out. Oh, come on, where's it? There we go. See, and it actually says everything. Or you can get it down to, see? You can do it like that, if you want. All kinds of cool stuff. 3D viewport. Oh, I see. I forgot about this. Animation, scripting, data, 3D viewport, image editor. Image editor? What is the image editor? Interesting. Shader, video sequencer, movie clip. Huh. I don't remember what it is. I had to figure this out, how to get into grease pencil just from this mode here. Anyways, well, I keep on focusing in on that. And it looks like we're about out of time here for this this deal. So let's look at this. Give me open image in a new tab. All right. Oh, I see. It's already opened. I can't. Here, Control 0. Okay, Control plus. Okay, window type menu. That's kind of the same. Object tools. Now that's actually on N. That's actually on the right side. This like transform, rotate, and scale and all that stuff. That's actually over here. Split window, info window, 3D view, 3D window view, window header, timeline window, window type menu. So you can actually have like all these different kinds of windows. Any window can be pretty much anything basically. So it's kind of similar to this old version, except now these are along the side. Those guys are along the side instead of or vertical. Okay, so I will see you next one as we get into what window headers, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching.